Chapter 1: Why Your Money Keeps Ghosting You. Ever reached the end of the month, opened your banking app, and wondered, where did it all go? You got paid, you paid bills, you tapped your card here and there, and now, poof, your balance looks like a tumbleweed in the desert. You're not alone. Surveys by Lending Club show 64% of Americans still live paycheck to paycheck, even among households earning six figures. Why? Because the average earner can list their salary to the penny but can't name where half of it disappears. The hard truth is this: if you don't track every dollar walks away. And most of us spend our entire lives letting money drive the car while we sit in the back seat, hands off the wheel, hoping the destination is financial freedom. Spoiler: it isn't. The GPS is broken unless you enter the address. Today I'll give you the simplest, cheapest, most bulletproof GPS I know. It costs one pen, one sheet of paper, and 10 seconds per transaction. Yet it turns chaotic spenders into calm strategists. Ready? Let's flip the script. Chapter 2: Money as a Tool, Not a Master. When we picture being rich, we often imagine spending $1 million, not having $1 million. That mindset is our first enemy. Author Morgan Housel writes, when most people say they want to be a millionaire, what they really mean is they want to spend $1 million, which is literally the opposite of being a millionaire. To use money instead of being used by it, you need two skills: earning power, raises, side hustles, business. Allocation power, directing every earned dollar toward a purpose. Most content on the internet obsesses over earning, crypto flips, e-commerce, freelancing. Few talk about allocation. Yet allocation is what decides whether the doctor on $250K ends up bankrupt while the teacher on $55K retires with a paid-off house and $500,000 in index funds. Chapter 3: The 10-second expense log. Why it works. Our weapon is ridiculously low-tech. Write down every single expense by hand. Yes, old school, for 30 days. Why handwriting? A 2020 Norwegian University of Science and Technology study measured brain activity in 36 students. Writing longhand lit up neural pathways related to memory, decision-making, and emotional processing far more than typing. When you write $7.49 latte with ink, your brain flags it as important. When you swipe a card, the brain treats it as background noise. Handwriting also creates friction. It adds a tiny inconvenience to spending, forcing you to pause. That pause is everything. It's the microsecond where you decide, do I really want this, knowing I'll see it staring back at me tonight on paper? Chapter 4: Setting Up the Challenge, Materials and Rules. Materials: pen you enjoy using, pocket notebook or folded sheet of paper optional. Calculator app for nightly totals. Rules: log every expense in real time. Groceries, rent, Spotify, $1 vending machine, gum, everything. Date, item, amount, category. Example: March 2nd, gas, $38.24, transport. No apps for 30 days. Physical writing only. You can transcribe to a spreadsheet later. Nightly recap. Total the day's spending. Circle any low-value buys. End-of-month audit. Tally categories. Rank them. Decide cuts. Chapter 5: What happens in your brain and wallet. After 7 days, day 1 feels awkward. Day 3 feels annoying. By day 7 something wild happens. You hesitate before pointless purchases. That hesitation isn't guilt, it's awareness. Neuroscientists at Duke call it metacognitive cost tagging. Writing a transaction creates a mental tag. Your brain predicts a future moment of scrutiny, so it asks you to justify the expense now. On average, past students of our challenge slash 17% of discretionary spending in the first week without consciously budgeting. That's the power of tagging. Chapter 6: Week 2 Insights, Spotting Repeat Offenders. By day 14 your notebook reveals patterns. $314 DoorDash lunch deliveries. $120 of random Amazon impulse buys at midnight. $47 on digital skins in a game. Those bright lines of ink remove plausible deniability. At this stage, circle or underline every repeating expense that doesn't truly raise your quality of life. You don't have to nuke it, just cap or swap it. For example, cap DoorDash at $40 per week, cook the rest. Saves $160 per month. Swap fancy coffee for home brew on weekdays, treat on Saturdays. Saves $60 per month. Accumulated, these tweaks often free $300 to $600 monthly, which you redirect to debt payoff or investing. Chapter 7, Week 3, Designing a Purpose-Driven Money Flow. You now know where cash leaks. Next step, assign every incoming dollar a job before it hits checking. Dave Ramsey calls it zero-based budgeting, but we'll keep it light. Pay yourself first. Automate transfer to savings/investments the morning after payday. Fixed bills bucket. Mortgage, rent, utilities, automatic. Flexible living bucket. Groceries, fuel, personal care, weekly transfer to a debit card. Fun money. Whatever is left after obligations, guilt-free but still logged. Logging continues, but now each line belongs to a bucket, making overspending visible the moment it happens. Chapter 8, Week 4, Building the Emergency Shield. Most Americans can't cover a $400 emergency without debt. Your freed-up dollars now seed a 3 to 6 month emergency fund, ideally in a high-yield savings account or T-bill ladder earning 4+%. Why emergency first? Because without it, the next flat tire or dental bill catapults you back into the chaos of credit card interest. Debt is reverse compounding, Albert Einstein's evil twin. Chapter 9, From Control to Growth, Investing the Surplus. Once the shield is up, surplus moves to growth. Employer 401k match, free money. Roth IRA for tax-free growth. Broad market index funds, S&P 500, total world, 4.8 to 10% historical returns. Optional, skill courses or certifications that raise income, return on education often beats the market. Remember, investing without tracking expenses is building a castle on sand. Foundation first, towers later. Chapter 10, Addressing Low Income. When the math still hurts, what if, after all cuts, the math still bleeds red? Then expense logging becomes your negotiating dossier. Show it to your boss when requesting a raise. Use it to calculate the exact freelance rate needed to bridge the gap. Data turns, "I need more money," into, "Here's the number, $480 extra per month," based on documented expenses. Supplement with side gigs that fit your skills. Weekend photography, tutoring, DoorDash, ironic but intentional, or, better, digital skills like copywriting that scale. Chapter 11, Common Excuses, and How to Tackle Them. Writing takes too long. 10 seconds per swipe versus 10 years of debt? You decide. I can remember everything. Behavioral economists confirm we forget 30% of transactions within 48 hours. The brain is a horror show accountant. Apps do it automatically. Apps classify, they don't confront. A push notification is easy to swipe away. Ink is judgment in daylight. Chapter 12, Stories from the Field. Proof it works. Eva, 27, Seattle. Logged expenses for 90 days. Realized she spent $410 per month at Starbucks and vending machines. Switched to home coffee plus weekly treat. Redirected $300 per month into a Roth IRA. Projected extra $255,000 by age 60. Carlos and Mia, 34, Dallas, thought they couldn't afford kids. Expense log exposed $900 per month in DoorDash, gaming skins, and premium cable. Cut half, built a $15,000 emergency fund in 18 months, welcomed baby Leo with zero debt. Jacob, 52, New Jersey, six-figure salary yet broke every April. Handwriting showed $1,200/month leaking on Amazon Lightning deals. Deleted saved cards, used cash envelopes. Paid off $38,000 in credit card debt in 28 months. Chapter 13, The Neuroscience of Becoming the Boss of Your Wallet. Writing expenses blends 3 cognitive powers. Metacognition, thinking about thinking. You predict future regret. State-dependent memory. You recall the physical act of writing when tempted to spend again. Dopamine moderation. The pen introduces friction, reducing impulsive dopamine spikes that swipes enable. Put simply, pen plus paper rewires reward circuits, turning spending from a reflex into a decision. Chapter 14, Making It Stick. Beyond the first month, after 30 days, migrate your written data into a digital tool, Excel, Notion, Inab, for trend analysis. But continue handwriting for discretionary items, coffee, entertainment, restaurants, because these categories cause the most leaks. Set quarterly money dates with yourself or a partner. Review the notebook, celebrate wins, and set the next 1% improvement goal. Maybe trimming grocery waste or renegotiating insurance. Chapter 15, Level UPS for the ambitious percent rule variant. Write percentages beside each category goal, e.g., food less than or equal to 12% of net. Cash-only week. Use physical bills for 7 days. Log each denomination. Mind-blowing for card addicts. 0-day challenge. Pick one no-spend day per week. Logging $0 feels surprisingly addictive. Chapter 16, The cost of doing nothing without tracking. The average American wastes $1.497/year on unused subscriptions. Credit card interest at 23% turns a $2,000 sofa into $3,630 over 3 years. Lack of an emergency fund triggers $400 payday loan fees that snowball. Doing nothing isn't neutral. It's negative compounding. Chapter 17, Your 48-hour action plan. Find a notebook right now. Write today's date and your last purchase. Commit publicly. Drop a comment, I'm in, Day 1 expense log. Set a nightly alarm titled, Total the Day. After 30 days, post your savings percentage. I'll shout out the biggest turnaround stories in a future video. Chapter 18, Final word. Take the wheel. Money will happily drive your life off a cliff if you hand it the keys. Or you can grab the wheel with a pen that costs 50 cents and a habit that costs 10 seconds. Yes, a better salary helps. But controlling money at any salary is a superpower. It transforms $10 into intentional fuel and turns a 6-figure income from a leaky bucket into a capital building machine. So, pen down or pen up. Passive passenger or active driver. Choose now, and I'll see you at the 30-day finish line with a notebook full of proof that you, not your impulses, run your financial future.